What's up, guys? We're back with my brother Echo in the house. Let me get it right back on the screen here, guys. My apologies as our stream dropped. Echo, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, my
Yes, I
brother.
am here.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and get everybody back on. I got everybody hit me like, what the hell's going on? So let me get everybody back on here. Let's see here. I cannot believe that happened, but it does happen. So let me get everybody back, and then we'll get the show rolling again. So let's see here. Get back at everybody. So while we're doing this, do me a favor and kind of give us a little bit of background about who you are as a person, and that way it gives me some time to get everybody back on. Just as far as your background was banking, a little bit more information about that, and when you got into crypto and all that good stuff, and I'll bring everybody back in.
Yeah, most definitely. So I had a background in banking. I was a former mortgage banker for several years, and that's what helped me, translate everything that I'm doing right now. I'm single father, right? Holding it down, trying to raise a son of my own. Yeah, navigating this crazy environment, this crazy world where everybody thinks you're the crazy one, but in reality, you're the one that's actually paying attention to what's really going on.
That's right.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, there's a lot, to go up on me. I'm a very spiritual person. Uh, you know, I'm still learning myself as a content creator. I started becoming I started my content creation about a year and a half ago on TikTok, and it's just been an amazing journey, right? And the social media side of me just kicked up, and I'm just, everything I would naturally do in real life as a person, as far as like connecting with individuals from different communities. I would do. I'm doing it here in social media, right?
Okay.
And what I mean by that is that like back in high school, right? I was the guy that always was friends with everybody. I didn't care if you were the nerd. I didn't care if you were the jock.
I like
I
it.
didn't, I was friends with everyone.
That's right.
So and I always try to keep an open mind, an open perspective. All I cared about was just making sure that everybody was nice to one another, right?
Right.
If you weren't a nice person, then I wasn't nice. I was not nice back to you.
Right.
I always believe in the philosophy is that if you want respect, then you got to give respect.
That's right. That's right. Bars. I know. I like that. I like that. Let
Hmm.
me. I'm almost done here, brother. Let's see, we're back live. Guys, be patient with me for a minute. I appreciate you guys
Oh,
all
no problem.
being back on, and I'm looking. I'm like super inspired because I'm looking forward to doing more here. So it's we're back live with Echo. Okay, and I think that might do it. Let's see here. So to give everybody the opportunity to jump back in, I just kind of posted it everywhere, so everyone should be jumping back in right now. Okay, perfect. I think yeah, I can see people jumping back in right this minute. Okay, cool. My brother Jermaine J Max in the house. Kevin Madden, what's up? I'm gonna tell you right now, Echo. It might be like your name is dope. 68Jay is dope, but man, have you ever heard a more dope name than Yusef El Bebe? What's up, brother? That's a damn legendary name. Tony Bags in the house. My sister Liz is in the house. What's up, sis? OMC, welcome. Appreciate you, Kevin Madden. We got Crypto OG, Crypto Tales, Dave P. We'll give everybody opportunity. Oh, let me send you the link as well, so you can. That might help as well. Let me send this to you, Echo, so you can actually repost this on your platform as well. I know there's a lot of people thought the stream just dropped, and we're probably not going to go back live again. So let me send this over to you as well here. Let me see. Share, copy, and I'll send that to you on X real quick. A little bit of a hiccup, guys, but guess what? We're not going to stop. You know how we get down here. Nothing's going to stop us. We're going to speak that truth. Okay, so I just sent it to you, Echo. That way
All
you
right,
can
bet.
go back and let
Hey
everybody
Jay,
know.
on your screen, it seems like you had to update your OneDrive.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah. Let me get that out of here. Yeah, I know, huh? Let me get that out of here. Yeah, I get so much stuff that pops up. Okay, let me get back here. Let me get you back over here, and we'll get back on the ground. Okay, so continuing on where we left out. Again, my apologies, guys. Sometimes it happens. The internet, it doesn't happen all the time, but when it happened, it definitely sucks. So let's continue on. We'll get right into it. So for those of you guys who just tuned in, always remember that nothing we talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Me and Echo are just documenting our journey in the evolution of money. Now, you can go back over to our Crypto for Life page and check out, let's see here, the last video, including this one here. Let's see if I can get back over here. Let me see. and you will actually see, let me go to live, and you'll be able to see the last video that we just did. So this will be part 2. This is part 1 with me and Echo. I'll actually update this thumbnail and the information to part 1 and part 2 so that you guys we don't have to go back and cover what we've already covered. But so let's get right into it. So EthGate, let's talk about it. Stephen Naroth, comes out, and this guy obviously was in the very, very beginning stages of everything with Vitalik Buterin, with Charles Hopkinson, with at that time I think Dr. Gavin Wood. And for those of you guys that don't know, Charles Hopkinson obviously is now the person who started ADA. We have Dr. Gavin Wood who started Polkadot. And back in the day, all these guys were one team, and Stephen Naroth was someone who was heavily a part of that. And he was warning them that, hey guys, we're doing some things that could be in violation. Hey guys, we're doing some things that could be considered, a security. And now he's whistleblowing, and now this whole thing is coming out. And what that sparked is this amazing documentary. Now, what a lot of you guys don't know, before I actually have Echo speak on this, I want you guys to be aware that in that very first documentary, Echo was a big part of that. You're connected to, and I'm gonna go ahead and have you comment on that before I show the video. You're connected to Coach JD. Just talk about this before I actually start this video. How did you, what made them come to you, and how were you a part of this whole equation of the very first, I guess, part 1 of the documentary that came out?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, the documentary is called XRP Unleashed. It hasn't released just yet, but the second trailer was the one that pretty much that went viral, right? That talked about, John Deaton, Zach Recker, and the Ethereum EthGate. The first part of it was released about a month ago, and it was good friends of mine. Her name is XRP Queen on TikTok. She reached out to me, her and her husband, the producer and director, and they wanted to make a documentary about XRP, and they funded everything, right? Wow. So they knew that XRP Queen was a longtime follower of mine, and she would jump up into my live streams, and we would just chit chat and talk, right? And she was a really good person within the whole entire community, and she saw my growth throughout my whole entire stage, right? Of the almost year and a half at that point, or year and a few months at that point, and she knew that I had connections of trying to, put this documentary together. So she asked for my input as far as like, this is what they had as far as wanting to make a documentary regarding the whole story of Ripple and the community that surrounds around it. So they reached out to me, asked me what my thoughts were about it, and if I was on board. I of course said yes. And it blew my mind on the amount of, let's just say everything that they put in to it, right? Because they went 110% into everything. All they asked was for me to reach out to, other people within the community to see if, hey, do we want to put this thing together? And then, everything started, is what it is now, right?
Which is crazy, because like I said, I don't even know if I saw that first part, the part 1, and then all of a sudden part 2 comes out, and like you said, it goes viral. I mean, dude, I don't know who's not talking about that. And then all of a sudden, it's bringing attention to the one that you were in, which I don't know how that slipped through the cracks. And so when you told me, I said, what? There's a part 1. So I actually have that for those of you guys who have not watched it in its entirety. So let's go ahead and play that real quick, and then we'll have Echo talk more about his involvement and why EthGate could be so important to the cryptocurrency space. Here we go.
They brought a lawsuit against Chris Larson, the co-founder of Ripple. They brought a lawsuit against me, and they brought a lawsuit against Ripple. This wasn't just an attack on Ripple, it was an attack on the entire crypto industry.
Ripple, or otherwise known as XRP, just won in their case against the SEC.
So what is XRP? XRP is the GOAT.
I would say that XRP, in essence, is a faster payment settlement software.
I can just pass you my currency to your currency, from maybe the US dollar over to the yuan, in seconds for very, very, very low cost.
Crypto as a whole is like the last step in the process of making everything digital.
And now that it's been deemed, not a security, the only cryptocurrency with regulatory clarity, it's a great time to be a part of the XRP army.
What is the XRP army? How did you get involved with that?
The XRP army is a revolution.
Yo! Well, I'm going to show you in today's video what the FDIC is preparing.
One look at what the Bank of International Settlements just released yesterday.
Pushing the envelope for change.
We're going to rise from the ashes. We assemble an army so that we can be at the forefront of this change.
You're gonna see a massive, massive shift.
If you don't adopt, you will get left behind.
Wow. Dude, that is so profound. And I don't know how we actually missed that first one, but I shared, if you guys are interested in seeing that with our special guest starring in that part one. And so here's the first thing I want to ask you before I even get into when can we expect the full documentary on that thing. How did you connect with Coach V? You were kind of sharing that story. I know, like, you're part of his whole, team now, and he knows who you are, and you guys have, the guy's like next level. You're saying something like he's, on the verge of like, growing this company into like $1 billion thing. And so how in the heck did you connect with someone? And by the way, I actually met him in at the XRP event 2023. It was profound. Me and my wife were there. Just amazing. And when you start talking about spiritual, I think I kind of get it now, because that dude is super spiritual and is like a phenom over on TikTok. So just talk about how you guys connected and what you guys are doing together right now.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Shout out to Coach JV by chance. Anyways, too. So yeah, Coach JV is a big inspiration. He's an inspiration for many in the space, and he was the largest influencer that I got in touch with at the time, right? And it's funny because I was actually having a live on my TikTok, and we just had all the boxes filled up. We were just talking about our spiritual journey, and the thing is that even though we're all from different parts, different communities, right? We're part of like the spiritual community, prepping community, other political communities and stuff like that. But we all had the same exact idea as far as, we want to change within the financial sector. But it all came from a spiritual path, and it all led us down to like XRP, XLM and whatnot. And I was on live stream with everyone, and Coach JB popped in. And all of a sudden, whenever Coach JB popped in, I invited him up, and he came up on the live stream, which blew everybody away. We didn't know what was going on. I mean, it was one of the best days of my life. I met Coach JB before, and this was a few months ago, right? And last year, before that even happened, I met Coach JB over in XRP Vegas as well. But we never connected on that level until he until he joined the live stream. Ever since then, I mean, everything has just been, I was able to get in touch with him for the documentary, for the producer, and then we were able to, basically domino effect the whole entire thing to where it is now. So now we have a lot of other larger influencers inside of the space, in this documentary. So again, this is a whole community effort to being where it is right now.
So the people who created the documentary and kind of going through it, they reached out to you. Is it because of just what they saw as far as your content, how deep you were going into everything? What attracted them to you that started that relationship, which was what we're seeing now? And I think it's probably one of the most anticipated documentaries in all of crypto for sure. All right, because I think the biggest thing is everyone just wants the truth, and I think that's what's making this so profoundly insane as far as people being attracted to it. So how did they find you?
Yeah. So I do TikTok. I get the only thing I can guess is that because I built my platform during the bear market. It literally during the whole entire bear market. I mean, you're literally putting on an XRP hat in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and you're talking about XRP that doesn't move, right? And you're trying to encourage them, hey, it's more than just a token that's 50 cents, 20, 30 cents, or whatever it was at the time, right? You're talking about the financial sector and how important it is, and I think that's what gravitated towards them to me. It's just like, I was more than just talking about, hey, trading tokens, talking about meme tokens and everything like that. Even though I do know about them, it's just, in the content creation space, right? When you're a social media and influencer, you got to set yourself differently from everybody else. Well, what sets me aside from all your crypto bros and girls is that, I'm not talking strictly about crypto. Crypto ties into everything, but it's the whole entire financial sector and the evolutionary environment that we're about to go into and embark on. And we are working on.
And what's so dope about what you just said is, like, I think when we started this journey, it was like the world against crypto. And it's now it's like we're at a point where it's crypto for the world. Like it's like crypto is involved in every facet. It went from a point where people were calling it a joke. It could go to zero. This is a scam. People are using it for this. And then it got to the point where you start seeing institutions, governments, countries. And it's like, dude, for anyone who thinks this is a joke, you better wake up. And that's all I always say, guys. People don't realize, like, there's things out there that people might say, okay, well, did I catch Tesla early? Okay, well, if you're in electric cars, maybe that's a big thing. You know, maybe it's not, whatever. Or I got into Microsoft, I got into Apple, I got into whatever. But you got to understand, crypto is something so profound because it's embedded in everything we do globally. And I don't know who came up with that slogan, the evolution of money, but damn it, that's exactly what it is. So for anyone that, it's amazing because back in the day, you either had people who were in the game, watching the game, who had no idea there's a game being played. I don't know what that number is for people who don't know crypto exists, but they must be hiding, like they must be in a cave somewhere under a rock because it's undeniable. Would you agree with that?
I would agree. I would definitely agree. You know, they said that right now only 5% of the whole entire world owns crypto.
Oh my God,
right?
man.
Yeah, that's how early we are.
I saw someone, I want you to comment on that and also comment on this. I saw someone post a post. They said, if you got into crypto before the Bitcoin ETF, you're a doggone legend because it's only 5% of the world that's in it. So would you agree to that statement that if you're in this right now, man, you've done something that could change everything? Your perspective on that?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, you're in it at the very beginning of this evolutionary technology. And what I encourage everybody to do is, you can buy and hold a token and let the thing just moonshot and hopefully you cash out the top. But what's even better is actually utilizing the technology, right? There's a reason why this is what separates crypto away from stocks.
Right.
Because it's not a stock, it's a technology, right? It's this, you learn how to use this technology and the core fundamentals of the underlying asset of what it really is, then you can see why there are people like myself, Quincy Jones, other individuals that are like really obsessed with this technology and seeing what it's going to do overall, right? Like money's going to come. In my opinion, the money's going to come, right? This is why I say know what you hold because it's going to come. It's just when, don't know. But in the meanwhile, don't stop, and because what I'm learning right now is it's not just teaching myself how to, if I'm not learning how to use other blockchains, right, I'm learning how to adopt it in real life, right? Especially like with real world technology that's coming into place, or you can then talk about like the metaverse and GameFi and stuff like that. Like my son, he's 9 years old right now, and me and him, we play we play Roblox, and I always told myself like Roblox is going to be Roblox and that one game Minecraft are going to be two of the largest games in the metaverse. They're already in the metaverse.
That's right.
The only difference is that they haven't connected it fully yet to the blockchain, but once they do, that's going to take off like no other, right? So for me, it's like I'm already in it. How am I going to be able to teach my son about this in a way that he'll comprehend and understand it? And it's just going to be a seamless transition because that's exactly what we're really going into.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about this as well. And that was so well put, man. I'm telling you, I know that has a lot of people excited. Let's talk about this judgment or this approval that the judge just gave the SEC as far as getting access to Ripple's financials. And we were talking about this on the show. I was on with my buddies over at the boardroom. Shouts out to Uncle Buster, Berserker, Crypto Tales, and all the guys over there, Crypto Navigator and those guys. I was on there. We were talking about this approval. And I told people, look, I think this is a good thing. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give a couple of my opinions on why I think it's going to, you can kind of reflect on your end. But I think the fact that they're asking Ripple to expose, their financials and their business from 22 to 23. Now, I was a little bit taken back. Why 22 to 23? But in the same aspect, I said, look, guys, number one is if they've got to expose their partnerships, I don't see that as anything as bullish. I mean, if they've got to disclose some of these people they're doing business with that we're sitting here hoping and biting our nails at, oh my God, I hope it's this, I hope it's that. We may actually find that out with this little discovery that they're doing. That's number one. And number two is you got to understand Ripple's at a point, or XRP and Ripple are at a point where they're 3-0 against the SEC. I think the SEC is literally just throwing grenades in the water, trying to catch a fish. I mean, they're literally just throwing grenades in the water, hoping that something pops out. And I also think that they're just wasting time because anything that's really important in this case, whether it was XRP or security, they lost. Trying to appeal, they lost. Whatever it was, anything major, they lost. But now we're in a point where they're like, just show us what who your partners are. Show us where you're spending your money. And it's like, what? I mean, that's actually bullish as hell. And so I always tell people this. When I saw that, it made me bullish. bullish because I said, man, if they expose or they open up things that maybe we want to know, like, where's your money going, or, and that becomes public information, it may actually reveal some things that are actually, it might work against the SEC, which I think they think is going to hurt Ripple and XRP, and I don't think that's the case. And the other thing I want to add to that is that, let's just start with that because there's some things I want to piggyback on that. So I just think that, in my opinion, was bullish and not a negative thing. Go ahead.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree 100%. I mean, I always question, right? What crypto project out there is more transparent than Ripple?
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
You can look at all the quarterly statements, right? You can see there, as much as people sit here and say, "Oh, Ripple is dumping on the current XRP holders." No, they sell it to ODL customers. Right. Everyone look at their quarterly report. You can see how much they actually buy back to as well. It's just like, the FUD is real, right? Right. Especially again when a token that doesn't move. But this is why it's like you got to zoom out and see. In my opinion, everything that's happening right now with the whole entire lawsuit, it's, in my opinion, it's donezo to me. I'm like, look, there is no other project out there that can sit there and say that it's done exactly what the XRP ledger had done in 12 years.
Right.
Right. And they're not going to sit here and go backwards and try to come up with another technology. No, if anything, they're going to utilize this technology and upgrade the technology, which is what we're seeing right now with all the different protocols that are being updated on.
No, I agree. I just think what they're asking for now and what they were granted, some people look at it as a negative. I think it's a joke. It's like saying, where does Brad buy his suits? Let's file a lawsuit against it. I mean, it's just stupid. And to me, it just makes no sense whatsoever. And then, one of the key things is, XRP or Ripple sent an undisclosed amount to a wallet that no one knows about. Okay, well, what if that's a certain country? What if that's Wells Fargo? It might actually be bullish of them trying to expose, where that money went. We don't know where it went, but I'm sure they didn't send it to Pablo Escobar's. I mean, it's almost ignorant to the fact of it's becoming humorous. And in the same aspect, one of the things we were talking about is that we're at the very tail end of this thing. And you just said something so profound. Name one company that as transparent, that's built on integrity. I mean, we don't see the CEOs going out there, and I don't mean to piss anyone off, like the guy from Hex out there buying Gucci bags and this and that, and in the clubs, smacking girls. I'm like, what? That's not the kind of CEO that we have. I mean, everything they're doing is bar none, second to none. They've got the best legal team on planet Earth. They put their money where their mouth is. They didn't run from the fight. They took it heads on, and all they've shown through this whole thing is integrity, first class. They're for the people. They're not going anywhere. They understand what they're doing. It was built for a certain price point. And guys, I just don't understand how people don't see what you hold if you're even in XRP or if you're looking at it, why you're hesitating. But just your comments based off of that right there, and kind of piggyback on what you're saying. First class company. And you name one other. Just give me one, Echo. Give me one company that compares to Ripple in the whole crypto space. Just one.
This one.
I'm just saying, just one. I mean, go to the top 20 coins and name another Ripple. Just name one more.
Yeah, I always question that because that's where the true winners of all of this is going to come out, right? It is a long play, right? But this is I think about it like this, right? When we're talking about like the technology of like the .com era back in the 2000s, right? We're literally at that point right now where we're about to go through this. We've had that technology for 24 years right now, right? Since the .com. Right. This evolutionary technology that we're about to go into is supposed to happen within the next few years, like compressed 24 years worth of technology in 2 to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Right. Sounds crazy, but that's really what's about to happen. Right. But I tell people, like, this is why they have to come out with regulations, why they have to come out with clarity, why they're throwing everything out it right now, because we're adopting something that is going to change the course of how we live in our everyday lives. Right. And as much as people don't want to believe it, I'm like, look, you want to sit here and say like cash is going to be around. For my opinion, we're going to be scanning everything with QR codes or using our smartwatches.
No, and it kind of piggyback off what you're saying is like, why Ripple? Out of all the cryptocurrencies they could have went after, why you attack Ripple and why did Ethereum get a free pass? And that's the question, like, I come up from a very poor background, raised poor, and I used to always question why. Why are we poor? Why are we on welfare? Why are we this? Why we live in projects? And those questions is what allowed me to be successful in life, going out there chasing that dream. And the thing that when I look at XRP, it's like, why did they go? It kind of reminds me of the back in the 80s. It was these two skaters for the Olympic team. One was Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan. And Nancy Kerrigan was obviously a more elite skater. But Tanya Harding set up this whole little thing by having a mugger, set up this fake mugging where they hit the girl in the ankle. She couldn't skate. It put her at the forefront of the deal. And it was one of the biggest conspiracies in the Olympic Games. And I think that's exactly what we see. This whole thing with with XRP, the SEC, this is all about control. This is the fact that at one point people fail to realize that they actually tested XRP. They know what the hell XRP is. They know what it solves. So what they did is they hit it in the ankle. They gave Ethereum, who was willing to pay people off, who's willing to do everything in the gray shadows and around and XRP and Ripple, they had too much integrity for that. So what they do is they hit them in the ankle, and that's what we're dealing with. I would say the definition of what we're dealing with, if I had one word to explain what's happening, it would be control. This is about control. This is about keeping people enslaved. And a lot of times people think slavery is a race. No, slavery is what we're seeing here in the United States. It's keeping people in a position where they do enough not to get fired, and you pay them just enough not to quit, and then you let them work till they're 60-something years old and say, hey, you can retire on just a little bit of what barely got you by in the first place. This is all about control. This is all about keeping people in the matrix, and that's what this is about, guys. They don't want people to win. I mean, I always say, like, if you get a few people that slip through the cracks, maybe they play football, basketball, they can sing, maybe you hit the lottery, maybe you get in the right stock, they're okay with that. But they realize that crypto is that asset, the fairest form of capitalism I've ever seen in the world, where people can dream again, brother. And I don't know where you come from, bro, but I come from nothing. I know one of the biggest things that kills people in life, it's they stop dreaming. And why? Because responsibilities. Like you said, you're a single dad. People, maybe you're coming up, you want to play this, you had a child, you had responsibility. Crypto is that one thing that gives people the opportunity to dream again, and they don't like that. That goes against being a slave master, right? They don't want America, and it makes you sick to your stomach as you look at El Salvador and how the president seems to love their people, and you look at Argentina, no taxes, and it's like, damn, why can't we have a country that loves us the way we should be loved? Your thoughts on that?
No, absolutely. I mean, you're like you mentioned. I love how you reference it, right? Slavery is not about race, right? That's right. It literally is how we're living right now. People don't realize that taxes are another form of slavery, yep. Right? Yeah. And if they erase that information from the history books from us, as far as like everything that happened during 1776, right? Why we stepped away and threw in the towels or not threw in the towels, but overthrew Great Britain, right? But that's pretty much what's happening right now. You go into the rabbit holes of Ethereum and you see who they're connected with as far as consensus, JP Morgan Chase and all of that, right?
Wang Chang China. I mean, it's just it's
yes.
Corruption at its highest level. Mm-hmm. Good God.
Yep. You start really seeing like how really interconnected it really is, and that's all it barrels down to is control of the financial sector, because the central bankers, central banks, right? And this is what cryptocurrency is solving. You're removing the central banks. That's really what you're doing. And they wanted to try to, in my opinion, come in. But in order for you to come into crypto, or in order for them to come into crypto, in order for them to control it, they had to give up one piece of it. And that was the side of the gas fee side, right? This is where Ethereum hurts on the gas fees. And then they try to come out with layer 2s and et cetera, right? Which again, it remains to be seen if they stick around. I want the Ethereum to stick around, but at the end of the day, we never know, right? Just because something is too big, it doesn't mean it can't fail.
And it's so funny because before FTX, the whole implosion of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, what have you, there was a video that was out with Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. And he actually came out and said that some of his counterparts, some of his venture capitalist buddies and some of the investors that he's connected to was saying that crypto needs a big cleansing, and that as they were talking, they said that they feel one of the top coins. He said something, and this is exactly what he said. He said something to the extent of like one of the top 5 coins. He says something on the level of Ethereum will probably implode or be taken down or affected to the extent, well, it will clean out the market. And he said, I'm not saying Ethereum. He's just saying something on that level. And I remember him saying that, and then all of a sudden this stuff started happening. And it's just, I always said there could be an ace of spades that was played, maybe even the king and queen of spades. And obviously, you know what the game of spades is, where those are 2 of the most unbeatable cards, right? And I said it could be one of those 2 cards, either Ethereum, EthGate, or Tether. I mean, I'm just being honest with you, brother. Like the one who's been able to avoid a full audit, the one who seemed to be anything that's gone wrong, whether it's Evergrande or anything else in this world that seems like it's falling apart. Tether is somehow connected. And I told people, I said, look, if there is a massive, let's say, black swan or huge retracement, I understand there's a lot of bullish. Hey, ETFs are bullish, and the halvings coming as bullish. But there are 2 aces. There are 2 spades that can be played: Tether and EthGate. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, 100%. A lot of people don't realize that, is that, like you mentioned, they have never been audited, right? They're supposed to be 1-to-1 backing, but how do we know? They've never been audited. It's like the Federal Reserve. They've never been audited, right? You know, so it's kind of like, I love that you brought that up, because it was yesterday that Janet Yellen even spoke about stablecoins and regulations on stablecoins, right? And that's something we know is going to happen this year, is regulations on stablecoin. And she also mentioned that we need to have regulations in the spot market for the cryptocurrencies that are not securities.
Right.
There's only one crypto that has clear regulatory clarity, not a security.
Yeah, no, and I think, I don't know if it was Warren Davison, some video I watched where he said Tether is a ticking time bomb. And I was like, whoa. And so people don't realize how profound of an impact. They go, oh, well, Binance got in trouble, and look what happened. We didn't go down. I was like, dude, that's not the same as FTX. That's totally different. What CZ wasn't going around stealing people's money. He was just allowing things to happen without, regulatory approval or licensing and things like that. It's a big deal. And he got fined up the wazoo. But when you're talking about EthGate and you're talking about Tether, look, guys, sometimes you can just kind of read between the lines when you sit there, and there's a moment where Tether kind of acknowledged they weren't fully back 1-for-1, and you start looking at when you compare. And here's, I hate to say this, but a lot of people attribute the 2021 pump to Tether money printing. A lot of people attribute that 2021 pump to $60-something thousand for Bitcoin to Tether money printing. And people don't understand. You start looking now and it's like, oh, we're going to start diversifying into government bonds, and we're going to start diversifying into Bitcoin. It's like, what? That's what gives you strength. Okay, what gave you strength when you was pumping all that damn money before? And I'm just telling you guys, if there's anything that can implode this market, and I think it's going to be like, I tell people like this, it's going to be like a detox tea. We need to detox this market to get all the crap out. And people don't realize, oh, XRP, look, XRP is at the forefront. They're at the tail end. And it's like, if there's anything that Gary Gensler said that probably makes sense is this, and I don't like giving him any damn credit, but I'll give him credit for this. He says, just because XRP might not be deemed a security, or just because XRP may or may not become victorious, it doesn't mean the rest of the crypto market gets a free pass. You got to go back to all those damn ICOs, and you got to go to all those things that Ethereum actually did that deems project securities, or these coin securities. And I just think that a lot of people don't understand the statements that Brad Garlinghouse said and many others. 90% of the projects that you see today won't be here tomorrow for those reasons alone. Your take on that?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, you think about it, USDT Tether is, or USDT is the number 3 cryptocurrency on the market cap, right? And to say that if that thing gets regulations come in, that thing gets liquidated, what else is it going to take down, right? That thing is connected with a lot of projects. ERC20 token projects are going to be feeling the hurt. As much as people want to sit here and say, hey, I'm going to jump out of this project and jump into a stable coin. Well, is your stable coin going to be around after all of this comes down? Because let's just be realistic. As crazy as it sounds and the conspiracy as it sounds, let's be realistic. It's going to happen. When they say 99% of crypto will go to zero, it will happen. I'm not going to, just like you said, it's going to need a detox. We need to get all of these, crap tokens out of here, these meme tokens, right? We need to, in order for us to progress on forward. Now, I'm not saying that, in the future, we might not have like, a community meme tokens and stuff like that, but all the scams and stuff that were done back in the days, they have to get liquidated and taken out. 100%.
And let me say this, guys, something you just said about 5 minutes ago. Look, I'm not an ETH hater. by no means am I ETH hater. What I hate is bullies. What I hate is scandal. What I hate is when you tell me I can't do something, but you turn around and do the same damn thing. That's what I hate. And I just want the truth. And I think the thing that people don't realize, as much as we need regulatory clarity, we need the damn truth. We need a cleansing of all the scams and people to be, brought to justice. And because you can't grow this thing into what it needs to be. XRP will not get to where it needs to be until this corruption and all this crap is gone. That's when institutional adoption will come and says, okay, we feel good. This is strong. Regulatory clarity is there, and they got a clear vision of what's going on. And I think at that moment, not only does XRP moon, but I believe XRP separates itself from the market while everyone else is sitting around there trying to get on lifeboats, trying to explain why they did this and why they had this ICO and why they, and try to fight their own security battles. XRP at that point will distance itself. So the same thing that people are pissed off about right now, oh, everything seems to be pumping except for XRP. Okay, wait a minute. What happens when that reverses? And I'm not saying it I'm saying it from just a really a point of just facts. That's what I feel is going to happen when you look up and you see XRP moving against the market, because it's now being embraced for what it was created for. Your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is once everything happens, I think that we're going to see the true utility kick in. And just like David Schwartz always said, right? Whenever he first designed like the XRP ledger and, of course, the automatic market makers that are delayed now, whenever he envisioned it as far as for the Forex market, right? The foreign exchange market. He built the protocol to, the back end of it to help with that in. And we already know that the Forex exchange is probably one of the most manipulated market out there, right? But also at the same time, is they have like the most hidden swaps too. I mean, I believe the last time we saw it was last year, where an article came out from the BIS that said that there was $80 trillion in hidden FX swaps, right? Basically hidden money that you can't be found. So we have to find out where that money is so that we can, start putting everything back on track. Because in my opinion, this is much more highly advanced than anybody can actually anticipate. And you can't just have a person just do this. Now you have to have technology, AI, plugins to actually figure out how to run this new financial system. And we have to wash out everything. Unfortunately, a lot of crypto people are not going to be happy with, being able to have the pump and dumps and everything like they was back in the days. But, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, and that's what I love about your show, brother, is in this your message. And that is, we have to understand. Look, guys, you're either proactive or you're reactive. That's really what I learned from your show. You're either proactive or you're reactive. And being proactive is DYOR, doing your own research. When I look at this whole thing, you've got to understand, and this is just my perspective. You can give your 2 Satoshis on this, or your 2 cents, right? And that is that I believe what we're looking at right now is, obviously we got the halving coming. That's bullish. Obviously it's always bullish, but all the price movement that we're seeing right now, people don't realize the halving movement is happening now, not when the halving comes. When the halving actually comes, people are taking profit. Then we go into this 4 to 6 month capitulation or sidewave movement. Nothing's really going to happen. I think 2024 is a year of clarity, whether it's from a legal perspective, whether it's from regulatory, whatever it is. That's this. I think the sweet spot for crypto, if people can make it, because what people don't realize is the halving's coming. They dump on the market, we go down, and people say, well, oh my God, we're never going to see $20,000 and all. Okay, I get it, but hell, we were at 69 and went to 15. Or 67 and went to 15. So all I'm saying is, if something like Tether or EthGate does come out, it could be the cleansing we need. It could be even a greater opportunity. Most people are going to get pissed off. I've seen influencers, Echo, who were super bullish on XRP or other coins, just now they're cursing at it. They're just pissed. Their belief system are going through I won't even name them, but it's almost hilarious because they had like that paper faith. Like, I believe. Wait a minute. No, I don't. I mean, it's just crazy. So I'm just telling you, if you can make it through 2024, in my opinion, I want you to elaborate. I want you to talk about this. I think 25 to 2030 is going to be our time. Your thoughts?
To be honest with you, I think it might be sooner than that.
Wow.
To be honest with you, so I'm more of a spiritual person too as well. Like again, and although I love crypto, I love to look at the markets and look at the charts and everything, and everything does look bullish to the point going up to the happening, right? At the same time, I forgot who said it, right? Where they said that billionaires or millionaires trade charts, billionaires trade astrology,
Yeah,
right?
facts.
So 2024 is the year of the dragon, right?
Wow, wow.
Yeah, 2024 is the year of the dragon, and that's a big thing. And we just went into the age of Aquarius, right? So those are two things that hasn't happened, and I don't think it's ever happened in our lifetime, right? And if you and everything's already written in the stars. So in my opinion, I believe that really plays a play in how everything is about to play out, right? 2024, the only reason why I say one of the main reasons why I say that is because we're starting to see everything unravel right now within the financial sector,
Right.
when it comes to the banks, right? We're starting to see, last year we saw, quite a few banks get liquidated, right? But here coming soon, whenever Basel 3 actually gets put in, you're going to see, a flood of banks just get liquidated, right? Because they're not going to be able to meet those requirements. It was all planned from the get-go. Again, Bank of International Settlements was one of the first organizations to put together the BIS, right? Or not the BIS, but the Basel 3,
Okay.
right? And because of the way it was the answer to what happened back in 2008, right? And the housing crisis
Right,
and everything that happened with, Bernie Madoff and whatnot, right? So now this is where, everything that happened back in 2008, all the protocols and rules and regulations that are being put into place right now um, not suppressing, but what was it called? Not collateral. Putting all the banks together, because
right.
now pretty much we have like thousands of banks all over the world, right? And we need to we need to simmer it down to actually a few banks, right? Whether it's 100 banks, 5 banks or whatnot, it remains to be seen, right? But it's much easier to actually put rules and regulations and oversee those banks whenever you have them in, not spread all over the world.
So I would love to embrace that, and trust me, for us to go, it would be phenomenal, right? The thing that I tend to look at is something you just said. You said the 2008 crisis. And right now they're saying China is the 2008 crisis on steroids. There was an article that just came out on steroids. You've got all these different variables. And so my thing is in 10 months now, we're 2 months into the year. In 10 months, is there any way that these lawsuits subside? Is there any way that EthGate it doesn't happen? Is there any way that Tether doesn't implode? Is there any way that all the lawsuits against Coinbase and Ripple, and does all this go away or get better? What makes us be able to explode against all that type of chaos? And so if there's something that can do that, I would love to be positive. I think for me, it's not that I'm not positive. I'm just more reserved. And I think my bags are so packed because I am a long-term hodler, because I know, I'm in this for the long game. I'm not looking, and on our Crypto for Life page, for those of you guys who might be joining in for the first time, make sure you go and hit the subscribe, notification bells. But if you go to our Crypto for Life page, I talk about strategies. I talk about dollar cost averaging in and out of crypto. We talk about success stories. I've had some people phenomenal who've become millionaires in this space, and I've had people who've lost everything. And I think a part of that, when you look at let's say TA, Echo, as well as I do, TA can show you something until all of a sudden, if you remember back in the day, TA would say, okay, we're going into this bull run. And all of a sudden, India and China would ban Bitcoin. And all of a sudden, it would dump. There's things that I feel like that even if things will be bullish, I think there's things that could send us the opposite way. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. And this is the year of the dragon, man. Trust me, I'll get a saddle and I'll be ready to be on the back of that dragon's back to go to the moon. But yeah, no, I definitely love what you're saying and the mindset. Guys, if you guys get a chance, make sure you go to Echo's Twitter. This is his Twitter right here, guys. This dude is unreal. And there's a reason why Coach JD messes with him. There's a reason they had him in that documentary. There's a reason why he's one of the hottest guys on planet Earth, EARF, when it comes to crypto and what's going on. So, just continue on, brother. Anything else you want to say in regards to, crypto or, where you feel we're going to be in the short term versus the long term, or anything else you want to throw out there? That'd be great.
Yeah, no, most definitely. So let me backtrack. 2024, I believe it's the year where all the everything will be revealed. As far as if we're going to take off in price, it remains to be seen because
Okay.
I believe that everything will be revealed, everything will come out.
Yeah.
I hope that there will be like the rise of the Phoenix moment,
Right.
right? Because true utility will kick in. But on the back end too, we have a lot of things that we have to build on that back end to onboard everything, and it might take a few years, right, for everything to happen. But I could be wrong
And look,
because
I don't want to cut you off, but you know what? You know what will make me change my mind is the lesson that I learned from Binance, right? And the lesson that I learned from FTX, and that is they will show you what they want to show you, but they won't expose what we want to expose. For example, Sam Bankman-Fried's in prison. Do Kwon's in prison, but all of a sudden, all the money that he stole from people that he paid politicians, they said, hey, we're not even going to disclose that. We're dropping that part of the case. I'm like, what? And then the other thing that makes me feel like this may not be as bad as we all think it is, and might change my mind a little bit, is the fact that on the boardroom with Crypto Tales and those guys yesterday, they said that they could just fine everybody. So what if EthGate gets exposed? They say, okay, fines. What if Tether gets exposed? Okay, fines. In order to keep the market from crashing, they could just fine everybody. I mean, how many times have we seen our banking giants here in this country? I won't name one specific because I don't want to get in trouble, but they trade against the market. They make $300 million and they get hit with a $2.3 million fine. I mean, that might be what we looking at when it comes to EthGate and Tether. Who knows? And maybe it gets exposed, but not to the extent where it crashes the market and they just kind of sweep it in the rug and we move forward. Your thoughts?
I mean, I would think that that would be the positive outlook. I would have to say.
There's just so many. There are so many big people connected, bro. You know how many people would go down if they expose that? Just like they didn't want to say who got the money from Sam Bankman-Fried because they didn't want that scandal. And when they don't want scandal, they tend to just find people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and you want one of the subject the reason what made me so hot on social media is because I'm one of a few individuals that cover the U.S. debt clock,
right?
And the secret images that have been coming out ever since September, right? And that actually is one of the main reasons why why my channel took off or information took off is because I'm over here decoding and I'm bringing the information out in a more educational aspect to people so it really can teach them about the finances, right? And whenever I'm looking at the U.S. debt clock, it tells me right there, and especially with the one that happened last night, right, where I was digging into the derivative markets and how that I already knew how the derivative market worked, but I didn't realize that it's a $620 trillion market right there. That's just a gambling casino for the banks, right? And 30% or it's 32% of the derivative market is owned by the top 10 banks in the United States.
Wow.
So if one of those banks goes down, it's going to take everything else with it as well. So it's crazy to think about that, but it's almost like, hey, maybe that's kind of what needs to happen because that bank is connected. The fiat currency that's connected with is connected to that bank. And if we're supposed to be going into this new quote unquote financial system, right? We're not going to be taking that old financial system with us. I mean, there's a reason why, they're going to leave it behind, right? There's a reason why we need regulations, clarity, and all that stuff. There's a reason why they're trying to come in here from the back end and try to, pull an EthGate and whatnot. In my opinion, the more people that wake up to the fact of what's really going on in the background, and why everything is being portrayed in front of us like it is, and see and look at the bigger picture of what's about to happen, then they start realizing, okay, well, why Echo wears an XRP hat, or why does Quincy, who is the lead developer for Solidity for XDC, talks so highly about XRP, even though he builds on the XDC network, right? Again, these are the core aspect that a lot of people tend to miss out on, where the financial sector is going to change. You can't stop what is coming. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
Now you're talking about, is this Quincy Butler?
Quincy Jones.
Oh, Quincy Jones. Okay, yeah, I see a Quincy Butler in here that's talking right now, so I thought maybe that's who you're talking about. Shouts out to everybody that rejoined the stream here before we continue on and get up out of here. Marvin Davis, what's up? Nerdy X in the house. Tony Baggs, what's up, Tony Baggs? Marvin Davis, Quincy Butler. We've got Big Watch Dude. We've got my sister Liz. We've got, let's see, Beekeeper69, Crypto Tales, OMC. Welcome Tony Bags, Crypto, Sly Fox, what's up, my brother? Sly Fox, Devin, Steve, E for rocking. Jay Henry's in the house. What's up, Jay Henry? Crypto Tales with the gift. And who got the gift? Jay Henry with the membership. Crypto Tales, you are a born legend, my brother. We appreciate you guys in the major way for being here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Who is this? Halifax Dano? Halifax Dano, what's up, my brother? Thank you for coming in here, hanging out. Exxon X is in the house. What's up, Exxon X? Frankie Legend's in the house. We got a bunch of legends. We got a Crypto Navigator. What's up, my brother? Huh? Greatest family on planet Earth. That's EARF. That just means that you're amazing. Huh? I can say Earth. It doesn't mean a lot. But if I say Earth, damn it, that means you are a legend. Let me stop. Edward is in the house. I would say your last name, brother, but I don't want to butcher it. Edward's in the house. What's up, my man? How you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys go over and hit the like and subscribe, the notification bells, and show your love. Huh? Just ask Bullets Big D. Ask Bill Big D. You can ask Liz Herrera, who's got that gold star bar name. I appreciate you in a major way. So, guys, we've got my brother, Echo. This has been unbelievable. Echo, I want to ask you a question. Right here, I'm showing one of your postings that's talking about the debt clock or what have you. Your content is phenomenal. People can obviously connect to you here on your Twitter, Echo X, the truth, my brother. Where are you going to be at moving forward? And I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm sorry. Before you ask that question, I got to put you on the spot. Can we get you back on the show, my brother?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I would actually like to do something, man. I won't say weekly, but man, if we could do I would like to do something where we get me, you, and maybe a couple guys just coming on, keeping it 100, keeping it real until they shut up my damn count. I don't care. Hey, let's keep it 100. Let me stop. But guys, so where can we find you moving forward besides X? What platforms can we find you on? TikTok? What else?
Yeah, TikTok, under the same username, and then also I'm migrating over to Rumble as well.
Rumble, okay.
Ever since of course they took down my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna start migrating over to Rumble. Me and my team, we're trying to figure out like what are we actually gonna make the Rumble into, because we don't want to sit there and give the same content from platform to platform. We want to give unique information. This is why, like, of course, I love my TikTok. I love TikTok. It's always gonna be my home.
Right.
But I always tell everybody that follows me on TikTok, hey, come over to X because you're going to get exclusive content.
Right.
Because I can sit there and just shoot out a message very quickly or put out a post immediately, besides putting out a actual video. Right. So Rumble, we're going to see, that's still in the works as far as what we're going to do. I did start that channel, but I haven't put anything up yet.
Well, I like using, I want to connect with you because I like using StreamYard. I don't know if you use that yet. And what it does, it allows you to stream on the X platform live like we're doing now, but it will at the same time to be on your X page, my YouTube. You can stream it on all these different platforms at one time. Live. And so we'll talk some more about that when we get off the show here. But man, I just want to say I appreciate you, man. Got a crazy amount of respect for you. I know you're doing big things, and I would ask everybody to go over and make sure that you follow my brother. Any final words, man? Anything else you want to say before you get up out of here?
I mean, as we're navigating through this crypto space, and we're going through uncertain times right now, right? Because everything is uncertain. I mean, I brought it up to everybody the other day where I was like, look, it's only February 6th, right? Yesterday, I was like, it's only February 6th, and look at everything that has happened just so far in the new year, right? And you think that this is just the beginning of everything that's about to happen.
Right.
So just keep an open mind, right? Try to stay positive. If you are finding yourself in doubt and you you don't know where to search, I mean, look, if you haven't touched bases with God, then open up the Bible, read that, manifest, right? Manifest, keep an open mind, research, right? There's so many things that you can stay positive about, right? Just there's a reason why we're here on Earth, right? And ultimately everybody has to find that purpose, right? And whether that's you're here to inspire somebody, you're here to learn about crypto, you're here to build. Everybody is here for a purpose, right? And my slogan, know what you hold. It's not just about XRP, gold, silver. No, know what you hold. You have something in your brain. You have that pineal gland. Tap into that, right?
right.
Know what you hold, and you can start seeing everything else out there.
No, I love it, brother. I appreciate you. I love what Quincy Butler says. He says, hold the line. Future generations are counting on us. Man, that's bars right there. Man, I appreciate you, brother. Definitely going to be contacting you once we get off this live here about some things we're going to be doing in the future. You guys make sure, again, follow the legendary brother himself, Echo. Echo, thank you so much for being on the show, brother. I appreciate you in a major way, my man. Look forward to working with you in the future.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much.
Okay, my man. Guys, that's my brother, Echo. So with that being said, guys, one more time, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you check out all of our incredible content, Crypto for Life, coming to you typically 7 days a week. I might ease up on that here in the next couple of days. I'll let you guys know. I might actually be coming on in the morning just so because my daughter and her boyfriend's here. So I'm going to be spending some time with them. So I might go on early while they're asleep, maybe like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. before my boy CKJ. Shouts out to CKJ and the IBF family. Shouts out to the Crypto for Life family. Thank you guys for being here. We got so much more content that we got going, so many more partnerships, so many more interviews. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, it's your boy James, a.k.a. Six8Jay. Peace.